All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 18th GoldFire Studios Fireside Chat. We've got some cool stuff lined up today. Intern Matt is in the house again, and we're happy to report that there hasn't been any more crazy weather like the last two times. So we're still here. Our building is still standing tall, so that's good news.
Was the tornado the last talk, or was that the talk before?
Well, so the big one was 2 talks ago.
2 talks ago. Okay.
And then the one that came near downtown was the last one. But there's been nothing since then. If you tuned into the last show, again, we're sorry about what happened there. Our connection, we were having some issues, and it just kept dropping, and we couldn't really get to the show. We're hopeful that does not happen again today. We did just have a connection drop right before the show started, but we did change something on our network that we think might have been causing that problem. I guess we'll just start talking about what we've been working on, what's the big news. I guess we'll jump into the really big news, which is the next big step towards the public launch of Casino RPG. Last Friday, we started the
Public beta launch.
Public beta.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Public launch.
Well,
yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
It's headed towards both. But so we started the third round of private beta testing on Friday, which is the round for the email list. For those of you that signed, if you weren't in the Kickstarter but you signed up on the wait list, be watching for that email. A few of you have already gotten an email, and we've seen you all in the game, and that's been great, getting really great feedback. But there's quite a few emails, so we'll be sending out a few each day. So be watching for that throughout this week and the upcoming weeks. So I guess let's dive into some of the things that have been going on. Do you want to talk a little bit about developments with missions?
Sure. Okay. Right now, I think we're lacking quite a bit of missions. The world right now is we kind of focused on actually getting buildings working, tycoon working, that sort of thing, and we hadn't really kind of ironed out the early game with jobs where you're a janitor or most of the missions we have planned. We have a lot of missions we'd like to get out over the next few months, and we're going to start seeing a few of the first ones come out. And what I've been working on recently is actually a few of those missions. Right now, you kind of have simple ones like the Slots Master appears to be really popular. The Ship Race and the Explorer, but we're going to start working on some more exciting ones. Hopefully we're going to get out some multiplayer ones too, because right now they're all kind of single player and you do them alone, but we'd like to get some more ones that involve multiple players and group for you to try out. And onto that, in addition to that, we'll get some kind of chain, like a mission series going, where it's kind of like there's a story along the mission and things like that. So that should hopefully get you more kind of early game content out while you're working and earning money to build your casino.
Yeah, and we do want to continue to emphasize, it's pretty obvious by the name Casino RPG, but especially for those of you that are in the beta and have been playing with the features that we currently have in the game, it seems like the focus is mainly just the tycoon aspect, but that's basically just been due to the pace of development, and there is going to be a large role-playing element throughout the gameplay as well, and that's going to, especially moving forward from here, get fleshed out quite a bit more. So let's see, 2 weeks ago we at least tried to talk to you about the new taxi service, updates to the mini-map, improvements to the slots with bonus spins and a jackpot, and a lot of other really cool things. In the last 2 weeks we've been working on just in addition to the mission updates, a bunch more bugs.
Performance improvements.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of you
performance
have noticed. Hopefully you have noticed, but we've gotten about a 10 to 20% performance boost, and there's been a lot of work done that removes kind of the map trickiness and a lot of other stuff. And we'll continue making updates. We have a lot of updates planned in that area. Some of the other ones are going to take a little more time, but you should have noticed quite a bit of performance improvement over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and for those of you that are wanting to play on a tablet, one of the things you can look forward to. Another thing that
It's an ongoing process.
Memory leaks.
Did it just cut out?
Okay, we're good. We're still live. What? Oh, the other new sort of feature is you can now go inside the real estate building. Lane did some really awesome new art for that, so you can. It's no longer just a window that pops up outside of the building. That's going to expand to other buildings over time. So eventually, you'll be able to go in pretty much every building that you see on the map. So that'll just be a process. But yeah, like we said, we've got Matt, the intern.
You want the intern minutes?
He's got his intern minutes, so let's see what he's got to say. What's he been working on lately?
Hi everyone. I've been working on jobs some more. I've been really fleshing out the design, and hopefully we're going to start really producing the games here in the next couple weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. I started the jobs comment in the feedback board. If you guys want to go to that and give your suggestions on how you'd like to see the jobs play out in the games and some interesting, I want to hear your ideas and bounce back with you. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I've been coming up with just a lot of ideas for clothing, medals, missions, just anything creative I want to dip my hands into. I've been giving suggestions left and right.
Get ready for a mullet. That was his favorite hairstyle. That
Yeah,
came up with.
Girl mullet too.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. So it should be interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
The good news, once the jobs come out, there won't be that waiting for a mission to, the time for a mission to the cycle to happen or anything like that. Jobs will be something that you can just go to get your chips quick, and get more chips so you can start gambling some more. So hopefully that gets fleshed out soon.
Yeah, and again, we want to emphasize that right now there's only like 3 or 4 missions, so it feels like there's these big gaps in gameplay, where really that's going to get filled in with more missions, other types of role-playing elements, as well as the jobs.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
jobs
just
also
going to be a process throughout the beta.
The jobs will also give more of a personality to the game. The role-playing, you all will play the jobs and see which one you like best, and then we'll see who is the best janitor, who is the best, pit boss, and we're gonna have a leaderboard with each of the jobs eventually, future development, that hopefully we'll get to see who's the best.
Yep.
All right.
Take back so, okay, we usually try and have some sort of a video to show new things that are going on, new developments. What we were really hoping to have for this week's show was the new trailer for Casino RPG. Unfortunately, due to the launch with the third round of private beta and just things being sort of hectic, we haven't been able to quite get that finished yet. So we're hoping to have that ready for the next show 2 weeks from now. But today we've got some screenshots, which will be especially interesting for those of you that haven't gotten into the beta yet. We've also got a surprise screenshot at the end that no one has seen yet, and we think is sort of funny. But yeah, we'll pull up those screenshots and talk a little bit about what you're seeing. Okay. All right, so this is a similar view to what most of you have been seeing. This is basically where you start right now in the game world, which is a very limited space, basically just the outside view of the game. There's a few little new elements in there. There's some birds flying around.
You got the birds.
Action
pigeons.
shot. Yeah, there's some pigeons.
You might have there might be something a little bit more involving the pigeons soon. You guys might see that next week.
That's fine. Okay, so we've got a few different screenshots of inside casinos. Several new items that Lane's been working on that are really awesome. Some new lamps and decorations and whatnot. Yeah, just a few more screenshots of inside the casinos, which again is just one sort of aspect. There's a Swizzler's Casino.
Swizzler's Casino.
One of the first casinos that got built after the reset. And this is the real estate office that we were referring to.
Ooh, do they have names? Ooh. Okay, we'll have to do that.
Oh, yeah. That's a new bug that somehow... okay, I think that's the last one on that slide. Yeah. But yeah, so to point out something on the real estate, right now you can just walk over to the desk and purchase your land that way. But if you're wondering what that table map is in the middle, that will eventually be where you go to buy and sell land from other players in the game. Where's that sound coming from?
I hear it too.
What happened to the chat?
Is it?
It must be.
Is that
Okay,
us?
so
Oh yeah.
this is a new feature that's in the works. And for those of you that are familiar with or play Poker RPG, you probably know about the hidden chips chest, which basically there's a little image that hides somewhere in the website, and whoever is the first person to find it gets some rewards, and then it rehides itself. So in Casino RPG, we're sort of taking a twist on that idea, and we've got this awesome little flying piggy bank that'll just sort of fly around the world of Casino RPG, and you've got to try and find it and crack it open and see what's inside, and then it'll fly off to somewhere else. Okay. 1 second. There seems to be an echo.
I think it's us actually.
Yeah, I think I'm going to fix that real quick. So while we're doing this, the next part is the usual Q&A. So feel free to start shooting us questions in the chat. As usual, we're always happy to talk about anything, answer any questions you might have, or just sort of discuss what you guys are interested in hearing about. Yeah, there may not have been an actual echo. We could hear an echo, but I don't think it was loud enough to
Yeah, it was real quiet.
sort of echo back out. But just in case, we thought we'd fix that.
It's a little more annoying to us than it probably was to anybody else.
So we'll see what kind of delay
Suggestions
we've got
for.
today.
Well, what's
Oh, here we go.
MultiOwner Casinos? That's an interesting question. Oof.
So we don't have any immediate. The question again was: are there any plans for multi-owner casinos? Right now, there's no plans for that. It's an interesting idea, and feel free to submit it on the feedback page. Which, if you aren't in the beta, you can still actually go to the feedback page, which is just feedback.goldfire.me. And what we do have eventual plans for is some sort of group clan type setup. We haven't really fleshed out the details on that yet, but one person called them trade associations, which is sort of an interesting way to call it. But yeah, I think there could be some. There's definitely going to be group, multi-people aspects. That's a big focus of the game.
I think one of those was actually you guys. If you guys are like looking around the map, you'll see that there are different zones, and I think we're thinking about doing kind of like governance features for each district. And this has actually been some of the really good suggestions that we've had. I think Animatic actually had a suggestion in that direction where groups of players could band together and actually create rules or affect the district around them. And I think we had some ideas like that. Anything you want to add to that? Because I didn't get into any specifics, but
Add the what?
don't worry about it. It's all right. It's all right. Well, there's actually a feedback. There's actually on user voice. There's actually already a feedback thing for it. So if you guys have any ideas for that, just post them there.
Yeah. So government was actually something that was supposed to initially go into Poker RPG that's never really gotten fleshed out. But you might eventually see something along those lines in Casino RPG. If you look at the world screen on Poker RPG and you mouse over a city, you'll notice there's things like crime rate and population stats and different things of that nature. But yeah, we could see, I don't know, there's a lot of different directions that could go in. There's another question about auctions or trades. So yes, I mean, there will be a marketplace for land, but not for specific items. However, if you sell or trade a piece of land that has a casino on it with items inside of that casino, then those are part of that transaction.
John asks, when do you plan on to start apartments and casinos? Or I guess that's in Casino RPG. And sooner rather than later, I think, is the answer to that question.
Yeah, that's actually one of the bigger features that'll be on its way fairly soon.
Yeah, that one's on the short list, so you should see it.
Yeah, we've actually already got quite a bit of the art ready to go for
cool.
that. So it's just a factor of piecing that together and making it all work.
Yeah, once you have your apartment too, that'll be kind of the place that you go to change your character's clothes, do the customization.
Right. So right now, when you load into the game, you have that very basic menu screen, and so that was very temporary. Looked very basic because it's very temporary. So once the apartment feature is ready to go, that's actually where you'll load into the game. That will be your main menu, essentially. So you'll walk out your apartment door to enter the game world. And for those of you that are wondering, apartments will actually work fairly similar to how casinos work, in that there will be standard elements inside your apartment as part of the menu, but you'll have a lot of customization options for your apartment as well.
Yeah, I think we plan on starting with a basic of apartment, but I think part of our long-term goal too is allow you to upgrade the size of the apartment, the quality of the apartment, that sort of thing. But I think we're just starting with a small one. No questions.
Any
Come on,
questions?
guys.
Jobs? Job questions?
No.
Any questions about jobs? Ask me about my jobs.
Don't be
So,
shy.
James, what are you looking forward to most over the next 2 weeks and seeing?
Before the next show,
For the next show, yeah. Like what are you looking forward to?
everything.
Everything.
I
That's
don't
too broad of a
favor
question.
I don't favor any specific feature. I like them all equally.
That's such a cop out. That's the worst cop out answer in the world.
Here we
In
go.
map.
Okay, Pin. So your tickets that you've submitted for the map are still open. That's
Plural.
That's basically the next thing on my list. We are going through and marking them as completed once they get completed. So I haven't marked those as completed, and so they're not done yet. But that'll be coming soon. It'll be in the news as well. Be sure and check that news page every time there's an update, because it'll give you detailed information about what's changed and what's updated.
Suzel asks, will the outside items on your casino ever have any impact on popularity? The answer to that is definitely yes. I think the Tycoon currently looks through them, but I think they're all set to kind of 0. I think we do plans.
Actually,
Do they?
not anymore.
Oh, they.
That was part of the last update.
So they actually.
They all have.
So there you go. There's your answer. They actually boost your popularity now.
Yeah.
In case you're worried about your casino, you know how your casino increases size as it goes from 1-star to 5-star. Your casino popularity boost from just that upgrade is going to be pretty big. So if you're worried about not being able to put as many items on your lot, you're not going to worry, because your casino will by far offer much more popularity than anything you can add.
And if you look at the build menu for inside and outside, there's the display for that's been updated, so you can see the impact of those items on 5 different categories now. So that should be a lot more clear than it was previously.
And did you add, was it capacity?
Yeah, you can. The far right one
Okay.
now is capacity, so you can see that as well.
You managed to fit that in there? I haven't actually taken a look at
Yeah,
it.
well, I changed the icons and
Change the icons, cool. I'll take a look at it.
the
Did
old
you,
ones were starting to bother me.
Did you increase the size at all? Or is it just,
No, so
the
they're
info
smaller,
thing? Okay.
but they're not color anymore. So they're
Alright.
easier to see.
So you guys will have to go check that out.
Questions. Doesn't have to be a question. If you just want to hear our opinion on something, go for it. If there's a Kickstarter campaign that you're interested in, you want to hear our take, maybe we've seen it. Especially if it has to do with playing cards. I'm like obsessed with Kickstarter playing cards. It's been an issue lately. So. If you like money and playing cards and seeing them merged, you should check out Federal 52. They don't need my plug because they already raised like $100,000 for a deck of playing cards, but they're really awesome. You should buy like 10 of them. As I did. Any questions for the intern? He just left.
Yeah.
I'm here.
He's gone.
He's still here somewhere.
It's not Matt, he's the intern.
Yeah.
You're not the intern, you're intern number 1.
Yeah, I better.
You're not we have more interns. You're not being
Best
the
intern, though.
intern. The original.
So the question is, how are you meant to fit the large casino, or the large fountain in your casino lot? So there's 2 answers to that. Yes, you're correct. It's 5 by 5, so you can't fit it in the lot when there's a casino there. What we do anticipate is that people will, number 1, be interested in building parks with maybe that large fountain as a centerpiece. We also potentially have plans for allowing sort of the merging of lots. So if you buy 2 lots next to each other, you could potentially turn those into basically 1 lot. So your casino is over in this space, and then you can have your fountain in the larger open space adjacent to that. So there's plans to make that work.
Yeah, it'd be nice to eventually offer players, or offer you guys a little bit of a boon to actually not even put a casino in a lot, actually just to turn it into a park. Maybe something that offers like a benefits to all your other casinos, even if they are close or something like that. That way, the city doesn't just turn into a city of casinos. You might see some people do some creative things with lots as well.
Yeah, we'd really love to see people, buy up whole like blocks of lots and sort of theme areas of the city. That's something that we think will sort of materialize as we flesh things out some more.
The effects go to all your casinos. Currently, the effects of your lots are only to the casino and your lot, but like we were talking about before with maybe making parks and stuff, hopefully we can encourage people to do more with those lots, and so that the effect is like worldwide for you. And maybe we might even have some meta metrics when we start kind of have the governance. If you have kind of a meta popularity metric, then maybe that might happen. Something that benefits you in a lot of different areas of the game.
Yeah, think like branding. You build a strong brand, and that sort of carries weight.
Kind of like a corporate or a company builds like the Chesapeake Arena here in Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
or the Coca-Cola, like a Coca-Cola Stadium. You might be able to name the park after yourself. Everybody will see it. Maybe even put like a bus stop directly to all your casinos at the park. That would be cool. Free rides to all your casinos. Hot dog cart.
I'm hungry.
Little hot dog cart. I think
Some
we
hot
did
dogs
it.
in
One
here.
of our ideas too is allow you to buy items like that. Maybe actually give you a little bit of like a boon or a boost. Like your player could walk a little faster. Maybe if you bought a hot dog, your player could walk faster for 30 minutes or something.
I don't know.
Although
think
I would
maybe
walk slower
yeah.
personally, but yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Give you an energy boost. You sleep.
They drink a Mountain Dew.
I think maybe the bars should sell, absinthe or something. That turns the game green.
Blurry, yeah, blurry,
Yeah.
and you can't control your character.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't be a boon. Your character runs to a table and spends all your money on, and you can't help it. No control. Yeah. But that would actually, there's an idea right there. If you you had a park, your park could actually be like a bus stop for free transportation to all your casinos. So if your casinos were scattered, you could be like, okay, I'm putting a park here to drive traffic to my casinos.
Yeah, there's lots of directions we can go. So, with that in mind,
James.
please keep submitting those ideas. Someone stole my name. No.
I was wondering about that. It's like, how are you typing way over there?
Yeah, please keep submitting those ideas because it's, we can't think of everything. And even if you think, oh, they probably already thought of that, maybe not. But, I mean, still submit
That's so
it.
funny. So you and the James from the future.
Evil twin.
That's
Huh. I guess it was, wow. Spotify is evil to your internet.
yeah.
We have discovered that is why the broadcast was cutting out.
It's because I've used Spotify and it was uploading
Sucking
all
all our
songs.
bandwidth.
Yeah.
Killed the broadcast.
For those of you that don't know, Spotify is actually peer-to-peer service, so it's actually uploading music to everybody else that uses Spotify when you're not using it.
So is
it's just
Skype. So if you've got Skype open and you're not using it, it's probably sucking a lot of your bandwidth.
Oh, that's right.
also.
I didn't realize. I forgot that Skype is peer-to-peer.
So crafty. Stealing people's internet.
So James, save the. Hey, we can't follow that. If what happens to Casino RPG happens to Heroes the series, then we're pretty screwed in a couple of years.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you'll continue to see new missions pretty much like forever, as
Yeah.
long as we continue to develop the game. But, there'll be a larger influx as we, over the next few weeks, as we really try and get a nice base going there.
Yeah. Yeah, the new missions really haven't been a development focus recently because tycoon updates, NPCs, which still need a little work, and slots, some of the other stuff. But now we're starting to focus a little bit more on missions. So you should slowly see them start trickling out.
It's a good idea. I don't know if we can post a sticky or not, but yeah, we'll look into that. Yeah, we'll post a format for that. Generally, sort of a good idea is Animatic has
Yes,
actually posted
Animatic.
really good formatted feedback, and basically there's in brackets at the beginning is sort of a subcategory essentially of what the bug or suggestion is about, and then a descriptive title, and then below that a descriptive description. That's the more details the better. If it's something just really short and doesn't really, especially if it's a bug, if there's not enough detail for us to replicate it, then the first, we can't just start working on it. The first thing we have to do is post a follow-up question to get more details before we can even start to work on the bug. So details are really important. But yeah, we'll try and post some sort of sticky, or at least we'll put an outline of the best format to use in the description of the feedback page. guess we could just create a generic one and just cheat and give it a bunch of votes. Well,
Any other questions?
we'll make a last call for questions. Again, our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from tonight, usual time. If you want to be notified about when these are, please follow us here on Livestream. You'll get an email probably about a day or the day of the broadcast, letting you know when that's going to be, reminding you to tune in. And hopefully we'll be debuting the new trailer for Casino RPG, so that should be pretty cool. Swizzler asks, what are our plans for banks, and what will they provide? If you've got ideas for banks, still keep submitting those. There's tentative plans for potentially having bank accounts or security deposit boxes, something along those lines. You for sure will be able to eventually go inside banks. There'll be missions involved with that, sort of storyline aspects. But beyond that, it's still up in the air. We've got ideas, but we're really looking for more feedback on any of those underdeveloped areas. Thank you for bringing that up, actually. I totally forgot to announce this, but for those of you that are BC Wars players, there may be about an hour of downtime tonight around 12 or 1 Central Time. I know we just moved to a new server, but we've got a sort of a better setup that should provide better speed and better stability that we'll be transferring to tonight. So just be aware that there will be some downtime tonight. No data or anything will be reset or anything like that, though.
John's asking about the casino storage for items. We do have some ideas in that direction. We probably won't rolling them out anytime soon, at least not before the public beta. But one of the ideas was to actually allow you to have to order a shipping container that you kind of maybe permanently get for a casino and can maybe buy upgrades for, and allow you to move items that you want to save or move between floors or move between casinos, and just kind of move the item into that shipping container. Other players won't see it, but when you go into your casino and open up your menu, you might be able to see it and move items into it.
So someone Swizzler refers to Vinotopia. Don't expect some, economy destroying interest in the banks. That's wreaked havoc on more than one game, so we'll have learned from that and not make that mistake. But there will be certainly something that'll go along with the banks that'll be of use. All right, well, I think that should about wrap it up. Again, we're working really hard to get into that public beta. If you want to get into the beta now, be sure and get your email on that list if you haven't already gotten there. And that's our main focus right now is that public beta. So that's what we've got our sights set on, and we'll be giving more updates along the way every 2 weeks as to the progress of that.
A vault. I kind of like that idea. That's a little more interesting than a
shipping container.
Yeah, shipping container.
Vault usually holds money, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, most of the job is steal things from vaults.
Or high rollers, expensive items. The thing gets stolen by Brad Pitt.
If you have a vault, by Brad Pitt and George Clooney. If you have a vault, you're gonna have to buy plenty of guards, because we'll let other players in to raid your vault if you're not careful. Plus, we have some kind of evil missions planned that will be pickpocketing and robbing too. So maybe some bank heists.
You must choose your path.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you again in 2 weeks. So look forward to the trailer. Hopefully, cross your fingers. And now that we know the internet's sucking issues, the broadcast should be good from now on. So thanks everyone for tuning in.
See you guys.